PTC, your report, you said it was very disturbing where we are at this point. And you said that you're now starting to have a conversation. But what's our next deadline on this really critical part of transit that in order to protect the safety? Because as all three of you mentioned, the overall safety of the commuters is really the ultimate goal. And the federal government is mandating we do this, and so now you've said you've started the conversation, but we're not there. What's the next deadline for you in regard to this subject?
I believe I put a little bit more than start the conversation. I think we are, very deep in the weeds. Okay. Regularly on meetings.
I was just reading your notes.
Sorry. Yeah. Apologies, but the key deadline is December 31st, and we have milestones to make for that. There is we have ramped up, as I mentioned, where we have now 2 production facilities for our trains, engines, and cars, and we've gone to double shifts in those, and we've been working with FRA, showing them a schedule of what the production is now and what we expect to ramp it up, as well as the wayside, installing the wayside systems that are necessary.
Do you expect to meet that December deadline?
There's you may have seen in the press, there was a letter that covered up through December of 17 from FRA Administrator Patori that also mentions the ability for alternative criteria. That is a possible set of criteria where we will still make the 2020 deadline, and that is another option for all the railroads to be considering. That was a letter that was sent to all the railroads, and that is something that we are looking at, and should we look for that alternative criteria, we would have to move very quick to apply for that.
Now, in February, Governor Murphy announced a plan to ease the overcrowding by returning 20 cars to service that have been waiting to have the PTC equipment installed. In your opinion, do you think that they're sacrificing the safety by putting these cars back in service without having PTC in place?
So through the chair, once we as we're installing them, we're putting them back in service rather than having them lay in the yard.